Good morning. Just taking a moment to pause, think about the question a little bit of what I'm going to ask you, which is do you see yourself as Christ today in your relationship with God? Are you seeing yourself as just your name, just as Seth in my relationship with God? Or are you seeing yourself what I believe is how you truly are, which is Christ in you, and you have the same relation with God that Christ had, and just how that can bring a whole new depth, or change how you pray and you commune with God. Do you see that God is loving you as he would Christ himself? That he is giving you the absolute best that he has. And that he wants to give that to you. So just sitting here, I'm just imagining, what would God want to give to Christ? And what does he want to give the Christ in you? And I believe that he wants to give you everything, every richness that God has to offer, every ounce of his love that God has to offer. Every bit of his grace, every bit of his mercy and patience and kindness would flow freely to Christ, his Son. And God is not withholding any bit of his best for you. He's provided exactly what you need for your joy and for your peace and for your next step of growth and your delight and enjoyment of life, of your experience, of your relationship with God and your relationship with God as the external world through the other people, through our universe, our planet, our food, our everything that you have relationship to, this body. And God's going, I made all this for you. Because I love you. And I don't give it to you all at once. He's saying that's actually no fun. You can't eat every meal there is today. And I think we can oftentimes only feel loved when things are going well. That if things go well, then I've deserved it. And if things go bad, then I've deserved it. And but there's a change when you are God's beloved. When you have done nothing wrong and have done everything right and are going to experience and live with God forever. How can He not have patience for you? How can He not have love? How can He not be ready to give you the exact next beneficial thing to you? Because He's in this with you forever. You know, and it doesn't mean that there is not pain. And suffering. But because Jesus was not, immune to pain. And cats at the door. Distracting me. But can you believe that your pain and suffering is also God loving you, giving you more joy. Because in Scripture it says, let's see, what does it say? For the joy set before Christ, he endured the cross, despising its shame or whatever. But the core of that is for his joy, for his satisfaction. Made him a hero, right? Saved the world. Gave me opportunity to be like him, and Christ in me now, in his spirit. And yeah, you've been given that same power. And yeah, I guess to just bring it back practically, we can know that as a concept, but how does that truth move into how you're praying for whatever you're going through today? However you feel, however you interpret your circumstances, how you interpret what God is doing for you. You know, I feel like the contrast to this is that we believe like Jesus has full access to whatever help and aid and path and resources that God has. But I think that it can feel like to us that God's waiting for us to correct our behavior or set right a relationship, or that God's withholding, like, I want to give you good things, but you're not, this or that, or but that's seeing yourself as the old identity of a sinner, of someone without grace and forgiveness, and just shifting into a different identity that you're on a path of growth towards more and more likeness to the image of God. And how you see yourself will determine the growth of that path. I imagine placing Christ into my circumstance, that I am Christ. And what would God be thinking? For God's not disappointed in you, because your identity is with the one that has always done everything right, who has always been completely one with the Father, has always been perfectly obedient and submitted to his will. So how would Christ handle your life? And I think for any of the doubts and negative emotions and dark things that you feel, because I'm kind of feeling them now, of like, I don't really feel like I'm Christ, you know what I mean? Where it's like, I feel like I think it can help you when you do feel like, I'm scared, or I just feel off, that you can take a little bit more of like, I deserve to feel on. I don't deserve to feel off. I've done everything right. God help me heal and to get rid of this thing that's not me. This fear that's not me. This condemnation, this guilt, this shame that is not me. Because I am loved, I am safe, I am free. I am infinitely resourced. And I am guided and I am helped. And I'm as victorious as God, because I am God. I am Christ in this body. I'm a reflection of God. So I have the characteristics of God. I'm the image of God. So I have all the characteristics that God has. And you might say, like, no, you don't. Like, look at your life. Like, you're obviously not perfect. but you are. And the sanctification, the purification of your growth is just getting rid of what you're really not. It takes time. And there can be suffering in becoming more. But it's not who you really are. I wrote down a few things yesterday. That your opinion of yourself doesn't change who you are. Your opinion doesn't change your worthiness. Hey. Your opinion doesn't change. Hey. I'm making a video. Just a moment. But your opinion of yourself doesn't change your value. It doesn't change other people's value. It doesn't change your attractiveness to other people. It doesn't change God's love for you. So it comes back to belief. It comes back to getting your view of yourself to be more in line with the truth. And what is the truth but how God sees you? And our suffering comes from not being aligned with how God sees us, what the truth is. And I believe the truth is Christ in you. Okay. I'm going to end the video and I'm going to tell you about it. So, see ya.